Hey everybody, here we are with the 3-week update for our surprise pack litter of mini Australian Labradoodles from Isle Doodles. Hi, I'm Claire, and on this week's video we're going to do our usual litter update. We're going to tell you a little bit about each of the puppies individually. We're going to tell you a little bit about Bernadette and what she's been up to this past week, and then we're also going to tell you about their weights and the litter as a whole. So these puppies are growing like weeds. Bernadette is amazing. She is such a tiny little girl, but she is just doing a fabulous job providing nutrition to these puppies. They've come a long ways in the past week, and the litter as a whole has some significant milestones. If you look down at the puppies right at the moment, you'll see that purple collar girl here is standing right up nursing. And this is the first time the puppies have been out of the nest. Oh, now Bernadette's gonna make them all so you can't see any of them. I'll see if I can get her to adjust her spot here so you can still see them. Here, just move you this way. She doesn't like that idea very well. There we go. Look at me instead of over there. That's a good girl. The puppies are all standing up, though. They can stand up and nurse, and oftentimes Bernadette is doing what we call the sit nurse now, where she sits and makes the puppies figure out how to find where the milk bar is. And just as we were moving the puppies over here to film this video, she stood up and the puppies were all still attached onto her, and they were all able to continue nursing. At 3 weeks, that's quite an accomplishment. Normally we don't see them able to nurse with mom standing up for quite a bit longer than just at 3 weeks. So the puppies this week all have opened their ears. It's always so fun when you come into their little room, and what we do when we come in each day to see if their ears have opened is we usually clap our hands, or we go, "Hey puppies, hey!" And we get that first head that goes, "Wait, what was that?" It's always such a fun time. So the puppy who opened their ears first in the litter was Blue Collar Boy, and that was followed by Red Collar Girl, and then Purple and Orange had theirs open just shortly after. They were just within 1 day of each other. So they all hear, and now that they all hear so well, they all talk a lot. So I hope you've all had a chance to enjoy the little Facebook video that we put up this morning, which was of the puppies having one of their sing-songs, calling to Mama Bernadette saying, "Hey, where are you? We're hungry. It's time to come in and feed us." So we can hear them quite regularly now throughout the house, because their voices are much louder than their little bodies would lead you to believe. And now we have Bernadette doing her usual digging activity. We talked about the digging last week, and this is the first time she's been, or the puppies rather, have been in this particular bed. So she's going to go to town and make sure that it's just the way she thinks it should be. And she's not sitting on them there. She's actually resting her bum on the edge of the bed there. So she's doing quite an excavation and trying to get things the way she likes them to be. She's always entertaining our little Bernadette. So while she's busy, let's start with the individual puppies here. Hey, you're banging on poor Blue Collar Boy's head there. I don't think he wants his mummy banging him. So we'll start off, as always, with the puppies in their birth order. I'm just going to get her to quit because it is a fairly small area and I don't want her flinging one of them around. Come here, come here. Come be with me. There, that's a girl. Now you sat on top of Red Collar, so let's move her over. There. Sometimes mama dogs, you really just have to give them a little bit of assistance and get them not to do silly things. But she's not going to listen to me. So let's start with Orange Collar Boy. We'll start with him. He is our firstborn puppy in the litter. And this handsome little boy is, as all of you probably already know, our little dilute chocolate tuxedo style puppy. Now, Mr. Orange Collar, we have talked about before about his communication skills. Last week, he was a little bit quieter. This week, he has gone back to being the big spokesman for the litter. Now, his communicating is mostly done by way of, Mom, where are you? I wish you would come and feed me. He's not really using his growl yet, and we have heard him bark a couple of times, but nothing too outstanding in terms of the barking communication. Mostly it's, I really want my mommy and I really want something to eat that we hear from this little fellow. He is quite a cutie pie, and he has quite a distinct personality from everybody else. He's a little bit quieter, and he is still a little bit of a loner. Sometimes when it's time to eat and Mom comes in the nest, he goes the wrong way, and then he's got his nose up in the air and he's searching around for Bernadette, and he's, where are you? Where are you? And then when he figures out, oh, she's over here, his eyes light up. He does almost a little bit of a shake off, and off he totters. Now, if you watch the Facebook video, you'll see how they all waddle around and totter about right now. Their coordination is still not too good. So they all look like they've had one too many and they're staggering home from the bar. Of course, during COVID, nobody's going to the bar, but they don't know that. They're staggering home from Mama Bernadette's milk bar. And Mr. Orange Collar continues to do very well with his weight gain, and he is almost at that 1 kilogram mark. He is 925 grams today. So that's our handsome little boy who is full of kisses. Just full of kisses. He's a very affectionate boy. There we go. Oh, see now, Bernadette, you're getting too excited with your digging and you're just bonking them on the head. So let's not do that anymore, okay? Poor puppies, yeah. So after Orange Collar Boy, we have our big girl in the litter, Miss Purple Collar. Come here, little beauty queen. Come here, sweetheart. There we go. And this is our pretty little chocolate sable Australian Labradoodle party puppy. Hi, baby. Hi. This little girl is quite the go-getter. She can be the one who always gets to the milk bar first, and she is well able to push everyone out of the way now if she has found a spot she considers to be prime. There are some advantages to being the biggest girl in the litter, or the biggest puppy overall. So she doesn't hesitate to muscle her way in and just shove everybody out of the way when she's ready to go and have something to eat. Now, these puppies are getting close to being able to start on a little bit of solid food, and Purple Collar is probably a little farther ahead than the other puppies in that regard, in that she is pretty much always seeking out more food. And you'll also see an example of what we refer to as the puppy's coats lifting on Purple. And here's Bernadette's got to come and check and make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. So if you look just on the side here, she's going to get excited because she can see Bernadette. You'll see how her coat is coming up here and here. And this is what we mean by lifting. So when they're first born, they have a very flat coat, sort of like a Labrador coat. And then as time goes on, those beautiful waves and curls that are associated with Australian Labradoodle puppies start to show up. And they start showing up by the coat lifting. So in a little while, they'll all look a bit like they are having a really bad hair day or they've been electrocuted. And that will happen for the next few weeks as the coat continues to lift throughout their body. Sometimes it's really quite amusing, and there's some really funny aspects of that. And Miss Purple Collar, as I said, she is the big puppy in the litter, and next time we do a video she will be over 1 kilogram because she is already at 970 grams. And I'm sure if we weighed her later tonight, she might even actually already be hitting that 1 kilogram mark. So that's our big girl of the litter. Yes, that's you I'm talking about. Yeah. So put her back down now. And then we'll go to the opposite extreme of the litter and have our smallest puppy, which is our red collar girl. She was the third puppy born in this litter. Now this little lady, she is just quite the little doll. If you'll see, she has ears that are way high up on the top of her head here. which is a really desirable characteristic for a Labradoodle, just in terms of cosmetics, not because it's anything structural or anything that has any huge advantage other than it gives them a really cute look. This puppy is going to be absolutely the cutest little thing as she continues to develop. You can see her color is coming in a bit more. So now she has that gorgeous caramel that's with the red tinge to it, just like Mama Bernadette. She's got that around both of her eyes and on both of her ears. And I don't think we have any other marks anywhere else on the body, but you never know. Oh, she says, please don't be judging me by my looks. You never know if something might not show up a little later. But I suspect, being that she is an extreme party, that we're just going to see that color on those two ears and on the eyes. Now, as she continues to grow and get older, not only will that color be darker, but it will be more evident. So her face will not be all white. You'll see as if she has beautifully made up eyes around her with the gorgeous red caramel color, and then it will be highlighted on either side with the ears. So good thing she's a girl, because she definitely is going to be a real looker and super pretty. Now this little one, she's tiny, but she's feisty. And as I've said many times in our litters, the smallest puppy ends up with the largest personality. And this little girl has lots of personality. She's not at all pushy, but she's never intimidated by anyone else in the litter. Purple Collar can come in and try and move her off of her spot at the milk bar, and she's like, not having any of that. Don't you even try. And she just is so tenacious and so determined. She holds her ground and she never loses her spot. So she has a really lovely temperament. She's very confident, and I think we'll continue to see that going forward. Right, little lady? She's generally quiet too. She can talk, and we have heard her growl a couple of times when she's been playing, but she's generally a little bit of a quieter one. And our beautiful little red collar girl, she is weighing in at 736 grams. So to think that it was just 3 weeks ago today that she only weighed 141 grams is just incredible. Not only how much they develop and how quickly, but how fast they grow. So that's our little princess, and you'll see how she's resting her head. She's very, very cuddly. I really like that. And last but not least, we have Mr. Blue Collar. Oh, there's Bernadette sounding the alarm. Bernadette is so protective of her puppies. It's lovely. And whenever we play back a video that has sounds of the puppies and she hears the puppies, if she's in the bedroom with me, she'll run at top speed to go to the whelping box and make sure that all of her puppies are safe. She really is an outstanding mom. So here is our little blue collar boy, and this is our handsome chocolate sable party, but you'll see that he is much more marked than any of the other dogs in this litter. He has beautiful amounts of marking, and he has just the most gorgeous little face. He is going to just be stunning when he grows up as well. They all are in this litter. They're very cute. Now, one thing that we did with the puppies this week as well for the first time is we cut their nails. So it's amazing how much their nails can grow in just a few weeks and how sharp they are. So that's not really too comfortable for Bernadette, and she was most appreciative when we did all their nails. So every day when we're handling the puppies, we do go over their feet. We go through all of their toes, in between their pads, and get them accustomed to it. So when we actually clipped their nails this week, was absolutely nothing that any of them got fussed about. They were not the least bit concerned. It was just something that they thought was part of their regular routine. So we like to start with that right from day one. So when your puppy comes home with you, they're already completely used to having their feet handled and having those nails done. Now, Mr. Blue Collar, he has quite a little bit of personality. He totters around, and he still falls over sometimes because he gets going so fast that he loses his balance. He's the speeder out of the group. And he often, when he is going full steam ahead, he'll poof his head into the pig rail in the box because he hasn't seen it coming. And you'll hear him go, oh, and shake his head. Then he turns around and goes the other way. And sometimes he'll bark at all of that that's going on. And when he's playing with his sisters and his brother, he also does a fair little bit of talking. It's really fun to listen to. And Mr. Blue Collar has moved up to an even 800 grams. So he too is getting really close to that 1 kilogram mark. And you can hear he's not at all hesitant to tell me that. That's enough, thank you, put me down. I'm tired of you hanging on to me and trying to kiss me. Oh yes, and you can see in Blue Collar as well, his coat is lifting too. You can see it right here in his ear and over here how it's starting to come up. So I predict that this dog, when he is, maybe 6 weeks old, he's gonna have giant tufts of hair sticking out, and he's gonna look like just really quite hilarious at that point in time. So that's the puppies, and that's your update pretty much on the litter. The major achievements have been that they are up on all fours and walking. You can see that orange collar is falling over, but this is a very uneven and lumpy surface. Now this is something that we're introducing the puppies to as well. So when I'm in with them in the evenings, I'll find something such as a roll of paper towel, and I'll put it down and I'll block their way to me or Bernadette if Bernadette's in the whelping box with me. So they have to figure out how to negotiate this obstacle, how to go around it, how to get over it, whatever they're going to decide to do to conquer the fact that there is something between them and where they want to get to. So we're working on that with them. We also are giving them different surfaces in the whelping box now. They're going to start going to the bathroom on their own probably in the next few days, and so that means we change what's on the floor of the whelping box. We'll put some towels down. They'll be really rough surfaces, so this will be the first time they have something that's not altogether soft, and we'll also put a little bed in there for them. And the reason we do that is so that we use their natural instinct to not go to the washroom where they sleep and get them to start sleeping in the bed, recognizing that that's a different texture, softer, warmer, more enclosed. We use a very small bed. They'll sleep in there, and then when they get up, we'll have a different surface available for them right away to go to the bathroom on. So really when you house train your dog, you're training them to different surfaces as opposed to the actual concept of inside and outside potty. That is something that we understand as people, but for the dogs, it's a little bit more about the surface out here is different from the surface in here. That's the basis of house training anyways. So we start with that right away so that we're already using all of those natural tendencies to make these puppies successful, so that when you get them home, it's a really simple matter of finishing that house training, or you maybe aren't even going to have to do anything. We often have reports when the puppies go home that they never have an accident and they already know exactly what to do, which is always great. So that's what we're going to be doing with the puppies over the next week. Now we are on puppy watch already now for Ripple. So today is April the 3rd and her due date is April the 5th. So in the next 48 hours, we will probably be seeing some more puppies. Now Ripple likes to have her puppies in the room where these puppies are. So we will be taking these little rascals and we'll be graduating them and putting them into the nursery most likely. We'll see how they feel about that. We'll do a test. We'll see what Bernadette thinks about that. And if they're not happy and comfortable with it, then what we'll do is we'll have them out in our living room with us, and then we'll work it so that the two moms are entirely separated from one another. Moms don't like to be having other dogs near them, so it's important that they be separated from one another. Oh, more kisses, thank you. More kisses. Oh, and you're complaining, Mr. Blue Collar. You didn't want to stay up, and now you're complaining that you're down. Oh, my goodness. So we will be busy getting some more things done with these puppies while we anticipate the arrival of Ripple's puppies, and we'll have a few more puppies in the house, which is always so much fun. And it's just perfect timing because these guys are just about ready for solid food. They're ready to graduate to the next phase of their lives, being out in the nursery in our doodle den, and they can now see and hear, so it will be just the right timing for that experience. And really, we just wait and make sure that Bernadette is content with what we think is the right timing. And like I said, if they're not happy or Bernadette's upset about it, then back in they come. But we'll try that, and we'll give you an update on that next week when we do our week 4 update. And we are probably going to have just a lot of news about how much more coordinated the puppies are. And I bet you'll see some little mustaches from eating some solid food. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions just in the comments below. Anything to do with Labradoodles, puppies, their development, and just any questions you may have. Bernadette's continuing to eat well. She is going through a fair number of different things that she wants to eat. One day it might be the scrambled eggs, and the next day it might be raw food, and then the next day it might be freeze-dried, and we're just letting her tell us what she wants to eat and letting her pick and choose. She is a little bit of a fussy eater, I can tell you that, so it's a good thing we have so many selections. It's well worth giving her whatever she wants. She's just doing a fabulous job. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week for the week 4 update of the surprise pack mini Labradoodle puppies. And in the meantime, I hope you're subscribed to our channel, because in the next couple of days there will be the video out announcing the birth of Ripple's puppies. So another exciting time at Van Isle Labradoodles.